Hi. It's raining really heavy out there, and then like there might be thunder coming in. There might be thunder as well. 啱啱行咗個好響嘅雷啦，出邊落緊雨啦，係啦。I was lucky. I was lucky. I went out this morning on a free walking tour, and the weather was okay. 咁我好彩啦，我今朝早去參加呢個導賞團啦，咁就冇咁樣落雨嘅，係啦，但係而家就係啦，頭先你聽到個雷都好響啦，咁樣樣。So I went to this Spanish-speaking walking tour, and I was able to understand like 70% of it。咁今日去呢一個西班牙文嘅城市導賞團咧，係明到70%嘅，係啦，我覺得我自己都幾勁。So I'm really happy and very proud of myself, and it was a very long tour. It was 4 hours. It was supposed to be free, but like many things here in Colombia, like people are really chill and not really like very much into like schedules, I guess. 咁係啦，咁我本身咧係一個3個鐘頭嘅導賞團啦，咁但係咧結果咧係行咗4個鐘嘅咁樣啦。咁係啦，咁都幾喺呢度啲文化啦，大家係對於時間呢樣嘢唔係即係好。唔係咁緊張，即係一定要係啦，咁嘅時間就咁嘅時間咁樣咯。So towards the end, it was pretty difficult for me to understand everything. So I was diminishing it towards the end. 咁所以係啦，其實咧去到尾我就已經開始即係聽嘅時候聽得差啲啦，同埋。佢講嘢好細聲啦 and he was speaking really softly, and so it's very hard for me to listen and understand. 咁係啦，所以因為佢好細聲，咁我又即係聽又聽得辛苦啦，即係係啦，咁都唔係明到好多啦咁。So I went with a schoolmate， 咁我同我其中一個西班牙文嘅同學一齊去啦，咁佢高我一班嘅 ，so she was in a more advanced class, and So I was happy, you know, like when there were things that I didn't understand, I could ask her about it. 咁所以有啲我聽唔明，咁我就可以同佢對下夾下咁樣樣啦。咁 So it was a fun day, fun morning. 咁我今朝早都開心嘅，好玩嘅。And then I came home, I worked a little bit, I did some research. 咁我翻嚟有做嘢啦，我有啲翻譯要做啦，跟住我又上網做嗰啲 research 啦，咁 and and then like I was just chilling, and then I made Japanese curry for lunch. 晏晝整日本咖喱啦，超開心啦。And that's it. So it was quite a relaxing and slow day, but nice day. 咁係啦，今日就係 hea 下咯，嘆下咯，輕鬆下咯。咁tomorrow I have an appointment to a spa treatment. 咁我聽日就去做 spa 啦，係啦咁。And so really excited about it as well. 咁我好開心，超開心嘅放假 mood 啊，而家有。So I'm like in the mood of like on a vacation right now. So anyway, let's begin to read today. 咁我哋今日正式開始啦。Read to Resist Day 239. 當閱讀也是抗爭第239日。A Concise History of Hong Kong by John Carroll. 香港簡史從殖民地至特別行政區，著者高馬可，譯者林立偉。By asking for permission to form a society to stop kidnapping, the Chinese elites were trying to distinguish between kidnapping and the Muay Thai system, thus attempting to preserve a custom in which they were so heavily invested. The petition was also a declaration that the Chinese elites had the wherewithal to handle the situation. After a series of studies on whether the system constituted slavery, the matter went to the British House of Lords, which agreed that the colonial government should not interfere with customs that were so deeply ingrained in Chinese society. In 1880, Hennessy approved the Chinese Merchants' Plan, and the Po Leung Kok Society for the Protection of Women and Children was officially opened in August 1882. The colonial office eventually decided that the only thing necessary was to ensure that the Muay Thai were not being sold into prostitution, passing an ordinance to this effect in 1887. 華人精英請准成立公局，以壓拐風，希望藉此把拐帶和束起制加以區分，從而保留這個與他們切身利益有極大瓜葛的風俗。
他們的陳情也是一種宣示，顯示華人精英擁有處理這個情況的必要資源。經過一連串研究探討婢制是否涉及奴役後，事件提交到英國上議院。上議院認為，對於業已根深蒂固的華人風俗，殖民地政府不應干涉。1880年，軒尼詩批准華商的計劃。1882年，保良局正式成立。殖民地部最終決定，唯一要做的就是確保婢女不會被賣為娼。為此，在1887年通過一條法例。Especially compared to the movement to end the Muay Thai system after World War I, the debate in the late 1870s and the early 1880s was short-lived and confined mainly within Hong Kong. Nor did the debate and the subsequent establishment of the Po Leung Kuk lead to any significant changes to the Muay Thai system. Although Hennessy hoped that the Po Leung Kuk could end the practice, some critics considered the society a clever scheme for ensuring that wealthy Chinese families always had a steady supply of young servants, and that wealthy Chinese men had a pool of potential concubines. As Elizabeth Sin argues, the Chinese merchants' triumph had long-term consequences. Despite its many commendable charitable and philanthropic activities, the Po Leung Kuk upheld a peculiarly Chinese form of patriarchy at a critical point of its development in Hong Kong. Once the controversy had subsided, official inertia set in again, and the Muay Thai system was left unquestioned until 1917. Sociologist Henry Lethbridge concluded that instead of ending the system, the Po Leung Kuk helped indirectly to maintain in the servitude numbers of Chinese girls until long after the First World War. 相較於第一次世界大戰後的反蓄婢運動，1870年代末至1880年初的這場有關婢制的爭論為時不長，而且主要局限在香港之內。這場爭論和其後成立的保良局也沒有力蓄婢制度有任何實質改變。軒尼詩寄望保良局能廢除婢制，但批評者認為成立保良局是巧妙的詭計，目的是保證殷實之家不斷有穩定的年輕僕人供他們役使，富有華人男性又能有一批女性為供他們選立為妾。如冼玉兒所說，華商的勝利造成長遠的後果。雖然保良局做了許多值得稱道的慈善公益工作，但是他在這種中國特有的父權宗法制度的表現形態，在香港處於其前亡絕毒的關頭時，起到支持維護的作用。一旦有關婢制的爭議消退，官方的惰性再次顯露。婢制直至1917年前仍不受質疑。社會學家亨利萊斯布里奇 Henry Lethbridge 斷言，保良局不但沒有革除婢制，反而間接令大量華人女孩繼續受到奴役，直至第一次世界大戰後很長的一段時間。So this is actually the end of chapter 2。咁呢個咧就已經係完成咗我哋呢本書嘅第2章啦。And I find it like interesting and curious that it ended with Po Leung Kuk, like the establishment of Po Leung Kuk。咁我覺得咧都幾有趣，佢係喺成立保良局嘅呢個位咧嚟到完結呢個第2章。咁we've heard like a few like still existing charitable organizations in this chapter。咁其實喺呢一章裏面咧提到，即係有幾個係我哋到而家都仲認識嘅NGO 啦、慈善機構啦，咁 particularly the Tonghua Group Hospital and also like right now the Po Leung Kuk。咁就係特別就係東華三院啦，同埋而家提到保良局啦咁樣樣。For me, like I grew up knowing Po Leung Kuk as an orphanage。咁我由細到大咧，我認識嘅保良局就係一個孤兒院嚟嘅咁樣樣啦。And so it's kind of like interesting to read about like its origin was actually supposed to be like saving the Muay Thai。咁當然即係而家即係睇嘅時候就會係喎，其實保良局
開始嘅時候原來其實係諗住愛嚟即係拯救呢個妹仔咁樣樣啦咁。But like the criticism here just mentioned, it actually was just kind of like a very tricky or sneaky way to ensure that this rich man would have a steady supply of servants and also concubines。咁但係其實就係即係超級得人驚嘅詭計啦，即係背後其實就係令到呢啲有錢佬係可以確保佢哋持久地可以有一個供應，就係有細路女俾佢哋去即係勞役啦，同埋就係即係將來話納妾啦咁樣樣。So it's kind of disturbing for me, like this sort of like sale of children, particularly girls, is sort of like being seen as a custom of Chinese。咁我覺得咧好唔舒服，好硬住同好嘔心嘅，即係呢一種即係其實係販賣細路女嘅呢一樣嘢係被視為即係中國人或者即係華人民族嘅一個所謂傳統嘅習俗，我覺得好嘔心。我覺得呢個民族好嘔心。Like there's a reason like I just cannot I just can't really like being associated with like Chinese, you know, like it's totally not my identity at all。我覺得係因為咁，我完全係唔想同中國人呢一個咁樣嘅身份有瓜葛，即係我覺得好咁，即係從來都冇呢個身份，即係有嗰一段時間可能有咁諗啦，即係但係即係而家即係特別係真係會覺得即係其實真係好唔同。Last night when I was taking a taxi back here from the mall after I bought my grocery， 咁我琴晚去超級市場買完餸之後，咁我就搭的士翻嚟啦，咁 and then like I was chatting with the taxi driver， 咁我就同個的士司機用西班牙文傾偈啦，咁樣樣。So he was again asking me where I was from， 咁佢就問我你喺邊度嚟啊，咁樣 and then I told him Hong Kong， 咁我就話或者香港啦 ，and then like again like this topic about like China and Hong Kong came up， 咁跟住又出現呢個中國與香港嘅對話啦，咁 I just felt that like I have been talking about this so much like in Spanish now, like I get like really fluent not really fluent, but like I get really like more confident in just like explaining to people about like what I think about what's going on and the difference between Hong Kong and China。 咁但我已經覺得咧，我自己咧喺講述呢一個香港同中國人嘅香港人同中國人嘅唔同啦，即係同埋即係點樣香港同中國完全唔一樣嘅呢一樣嘢咧，係已經係可以好有自信咁咧，用西班牙文去同人講啦咁樣。So this is like a huge motivation for me to like speak better Spanish as well。 咁我覺得咧因為咁咧，我覺得都係有動機同動力咧，係繼續學好啲西班牙文嘅咁樣樣咯。So this is it for today。咁今日咧就嚟到呢度啦，and then I'll talk to you again tomorrow。聽日再見，bye。